All right, let's jump right in. For as long as we humans have been looking up at the stars or, I don't know, just wondering why stuff falls down instead of up, we've been on this huge quest. A quest to figure out the fundamental laws that run the whole show. We've kind of seen it as our job to, read the universe's official rulebook.
But hold on a second. Here's a thought, and it's a big one. What if the universe doesn't read? What if it doesn't follow any laws? I mean, what if that whole cosmic rulebook we've been so busy trying to decipher just isn't real? What if it doesn't even exist?
Okay, so before we really dive into that pretty wild idea, let's take a step back. It's helpful to first look at things from our side of the equation. Our very human, almost obsessive need to find rules for everything. I mean, this search for laws, it's basically the foundation of all of science, right? You think about everyone from Newton to Einstein and what comes after. The big goal has always been to write down these beautiful, powerful laws. It's our number one tool for trying to get a handle on a reality that, let's be honest, can feel super complex, totally chaotic.
So why are we so obsessed with this? Well, it's a deeply human thing. We want to be able to predict what's going to happen next. We want to explain why things happen the way they did, and we want to control our world, our present. Really, when you boil it all down, looking for laws is about looking for order. It's our way of trying to find some kind of stable pattern in all the cosmic chaos out there.
Okay, so that's us. That's the human perspective. But now, let's flip this whole thing on its head. Let's try to think about how nature itself might really work, completely separate from us.
See, for hundreds of years, we've been trying to squeeze the universe into our neat little boxes labeled laws. But what if that's just the wrong way to go about it? The wrong approach altogether? What if reality just is, and it operates in a way that has zero to do with following some list of pre-written rules?
And this is where we get to the heart of it. The idea is that nature, reality, the universe, it doesn't read any laws. Instead, it just behaves according to its properties. Man, that one sentence, it just throws a wrench in our whole approach, doesn't it? It's saying the universe isn't some student in a classroom following a textbook. It's just being itself.
Okay, so you're probably asking, what's the real difference between a law and a property? And that's a great question, because getting this distinction, well, that's the key to this entire idea.
So think of properties like this. They're not a set of rules to be followed. They're the fundamental, the built-in features of reality itself. A property isn't some ancient command that says you must have gravity. No, it's more like it's the very nature of mass and energy just being what they are. And the result of that is the thing we experience and call gravity.
Let's break it down even simpler. A law? That's just our human description of something we see happening. But a property? That's the deep down fundamental reason it's happening in the first place. The cause. I love this analogy. The property is the character. The law is just the story we write about them. And looking at it this way makes it crystal clear, right? Laws, they come from our minds. We create them so that we can understand things. They're just our descriptions. But properties, they come from reality itself. They don't have a purpose, they just are. They are the fundamental cause, the basic behavior of the universe. So one is about us, and the other is about it.
Right. So if this is all true, does that mean we just, throw out Newton and Einstein and centuries of science? No, not at all. Absolutely not. What it means is we need to adopt a new perspective, a new way of looking at things that could be way, way more powerful. Look, we don't have to ditch the idea of laws. They're super useful. I mean, they're how we build bridges that don't fall down and send robots to Mars. The point isn't to replace them. The big shift here is about changing the order of how we do things, reordering our whole approach to scientific discovery.
And this is what that new path could look like. It's basically a two-step process. Step one, we change our main goal. Instead of going out there hunting for laws, we first try to understand the basic, fundamental properties of reality. What is it, really? Then, and only after we've done that, we move to step two. We translate what we've learned about those properties into the language of laws, which, as we said, is super useful for us humans.
And that is the key takeaway. We should be looking for properties first to understand reality as it is, on its own terms.
And then we translate those findings into laws to help us understand it from our human perspective. If we do it this way, we kind of get the best of both worlds, right? We get a much deeper, more authentic connection to how the universe actually works, and we still get to keep the powerful, practical tools, the laws that we've created.
So this all leaves us with one last, pretty massive question to think about. If we stop trying to make the universe play by our rules, if we stop trying to force it to read our rulebook, and instead we just try to understand its true, inherent nature, what could we discover? What incredible new frontiers of knowledge might just open up? You have to wonder, what profound secrets have we been missing all this time, just because we were looking for the wrong thing?